It's been a long time, over a month since I last uploaded a video. Well, I'm in Lithuania at the moment and I've been for over a month now, and it's been quite hectic for me, but in a good way. I mean, I've been very busy in my professional life and also my personal life because I have this ongoing project that since the beginning of last year, and I mean, finally it's coming to an end, but it still it's taking a lot of my time and money and my fiance's as well. And so, yes, I mean, I've been a bit everywhere, and also I want to spend time with my fiance and her family. So, yes, I barely had time for myself, and when I have, I just want to relax really. So yes, unfortunately time is being quite expensive for me at the moment, but all good. Finally, I had some time, some spare time and energy to record and just say hi to you guys. I do have like 4 videos still to upload that I recorded in Portugal. One of them, actually, it's with Raquel at Embassy Niche Perfumery Store. We already recorded like quite a few videos in the past, so I'm really excited for that. It's a spring theme related video, just like this one is, as you saw from the title. This is about my spring fragrance list of 2026. Now, unlike my other videos where I was saying, oh, I was dividing between niche and designer, like 6 niche and 6 designer fragrances, this year I wanted to do things a bit different. I will be talking about more fragrances, but I want to divide them in a different way. I think at this point it doesn't make sense to distinguish niche with designer. I mean, the concepts are so blurred nowadays that I literally don't think it's worth the time and effort to, oh, this is niche and this is designer, when in the end it's home. I mean, it's hard to say they are the same, but again, distinguishing what is niche, what is designer is becoming more and more hard. So I just want to distinguish in a different way, in a more personal way. And I think that brings more value to you guys. So I will dividing this list in 2 categories. The first category is fragrances that I've been enjoying and I will definitely want to enjoy them throughout the season. And the other category is my staples, fragrances that are mandatory to be in this specific seasonal rotation, in this case spring, but I will do the same exercise in summer, fall and winter later on this year. So with that being said, I have here 17 fragrances. I think this will be a long video. I'll do my best to not to, but well, stick with me. And again, no specific order. Let's then start with the first, I believe, 9 fragrances that I've been enjoying at the moment and that I plan to wear them throughout the season. So the first fragrance from the house of Aedes Venustas. Actually, Aedes Venustas is a perfume store. I believe they're from New York. They're definitely an American brand and an American perfume, niche perfume store. And they have so many beautiful perfumes in their portfolio. Definitely deserve more attention, more highlight. This one specifically is now one of my favorite iris perfumes, and I love iris. In fact, I really do want to make a dedicated video around iris and to update my iris, my favorite iris fragrances. The last one that I did was, I mean, 4 years ago or so, so I think that deserves some update. And also, I did not forget, I have my oud themed video that I already recorded. I just need to upload, which I plan to do so right after this video. But well, this one is Iris Nazarena. So good. This is 100 ml, retails for 220 euros. I believe this is a fantastic bang for your buck, especially considering nowadays the pricing of niche fragrances overall. I mean, you don't pay less than 250, 300 euros for a decent, good niche fragrance. And so paying that for 100 ml, like 220 euros for 100 ml retail, I think it's a great bang for a buck. Great quality. This is a natural smelling, realistic iris. You have this powdery, very concrete, it has like a mild wet concrete smell into it. For me, this the image that this transmits is a cloudy spring day, and it's so beautiful. It's very cool, a bit melancholic, I would say, but very elegant nonetheless. Very elegant. This doesn't have like a makeup-y nuance that you can find in Dior Homme or in the Chanel perfumes. No, this is powdery in a more floral way, if that makes sense. Earthy, buttery, again, natural smelling iris with incense vetiver in the base and a bit spicy as well. Fantastic iris fragrance. Really advise you to try this one if you have yet to and explore the brand of Aedes Venustas. And the next fragrance from the house of the different company. I believe I never featured this brand before, but that will change from this video. It's a brand that I've been very curious to try for a very long time. In fact, it's not easy to find them in Portugal. I think it's even impossible to find. But I decided to explore the brand and I'm really impressed with some of their creations. This is one of them. This specific fragrance was created by Jean-Claude Ellena. It was released in the early 2000s, either in the year 2000 or 2002. And this one is Rose Poivre. Rose Poivre, created again by Jean-Claude Ellena. And this has Jean-Claude Ellena written all over. This is, like the name implies, rose. The rose here is the most predominant perfume note in here, and I love rose. This is a very mature, red, full, vivid rose with a hint of a sweet, jammy quality. However, this is not for everyone because this has a lot of cumin, at least to my nose, and cloves and civet. So this is quite animalic. It has a bio quality. It has vetiver as well in the base. This, for me, is like Cartier Declaration d'un soir, but in a niche style. And dare I say, even almost like artisanal style, because how daring this is. And the rose, of course, it's much higher quality to my nose. And unfortunately, Cartier Declaration d'un soir, which I have actually, and I absolutely love it, but unfortunately it's discontinued. So if you want an alternative, like a niche version of Declaration d'un soir, check this one out. But again, this is a bit more animalic, it's a bit more funky. And the rose is so vivid, even juicy almost. It's incredible. Love this one. Great performance on my skin. If you're into these type of perfumes, give this one a try. And in fact, the different company is super underrated. I will tell you right now. Now, the next fragrance from the house of Amouage, it is Reflection Man 45. I love the original. In fact, if I would feature the original, I believe it would be featured on my staple list, let's say. But because it's the 45, I still want to experience it more. It's quite a recent acquisition. I purchased this one last year, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, finally, because I wanted to have this one for quite a while. Again, I'm a huge fan of the original. I have the original for 7-8 years. I mean, it's quite old batch, that one, my Reflection Man, and it smells divine. And I believe it smells even better now. Funny enough, this one, it's very similar. It's basically Reflection Man, more intense, more rich. More than intense, I would say more rich, with a huge dose of iris. And I think the iris here works wonderfully. You know, I'm not a fan. It's not that I'm a fan, because Amouage also uses iris in Interlude's Black Iris. And I love Black Interlude. For me, it's a masterpiece of a fragrance. I have the original and the extrait. But the Black Iris, I think that fragrance is not meant to have iris in there. Not even any floral nuance. It's meant to be dark, resinous, thick, dense, daring. Here, on the other hand, because you already have a jasmine, a bit of neroli, so adding iris, I think, makes total sense, and I think it enhances more the sensuality and elegance of the scent. This also has, I would say that the sandalwood is a bit more predominant, and I just adore. Of course, the projection is not as good as in the original Reflection Man, but the longevity, though, it's really, really good. So yeah, definitely want to wear this one more during the springtime. Reflection Man 45 from Amouage. Now the next one from House of Clive Christian. This one is Town and Country. Now this, I know this is quite popular nowadays. This was released in 2023 and it's very popular. It's one of the most popular perfumes of Clive Christian at the moment. I mean, the most popular right now is Blonde Amber, which I mean, I was not a fan at all. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a fan, but I mean, I'm starting to appreciate a bit more. But still, Blonde Amber, I would say it's the most popular Clive Christian, but I would say that Town and Country is a close second. This is such a amazing fragrance. I love it. I mean, it's not unique at all. I would say it's quite mass appealing even for a niche fragrance like Clive Christian, and especially for the price. But it just works. This is an aromatic, green, spicy, a bit sweet fragrance. Imagine Baccarat Rouge with a fougère, with a spicy fougère green quality, and definitely not as sweet. I think it's the best way to put this fragrance. Now, I have Baccarat Rouge the Extrait, which actually I love. I much prefer the Extrait to the original. And here it has, now I'm not saying that this is sweet. It's hard to describe the sweetness in this fragrance. In fact, I would say the type of sweetness is really similar to the type of sweetness you find in Baccarat Rouge, but way more toned down, but with more spices. You have the clary sage, you have Broxton or ambergris, which gives this fresh, salty airiness to the fragrance. I love it. For me, it's super elegant, very versatile nonetheless. It's a signature scent worthy, although this is potent. The last time I wore this one, it was last week, and an hour after I spray this fragrance, my fiance was like, "That fragrance is strong. What are you wearing?" Then I said, "Oh, it's one from Clive Christian," and she was like, "I mean, it smells good." For her, like, smells good, but it's just very powerful. And I just went with 2 sprays. So go easy on the trigger, but I think this is a stunning fragrance, in my opinion. And I think this works wonderfully both for spring, summer, and even fall. It has a performance for fall time. So yes, Clive Christian, Town and Country, highly advise for you to try this one. Overpriced, of course, but still, I need to recommend because I'm really enjoying the wearing experience. And the next fragrance from the house of Guerlain, it is Vetiver Parfum. I also have the original Vetiver. I needed to mention a Vetiver fragrance, and well, why not just mentioning the reference of Vetiver, which is Guerlain's Vetiver, and especially in the Parfum concentration, because to my nose this smells like the original Vetiver, just more intensified. This is what a Parfum should be, literally a more intense version of the original. So this has the DNA of the original. So you have the vetiver, this grassy, rooty vetiver with tobacco, and it just works. It's so good. I would say this is a bit darker, as it should be as an extrait. Oh, and it's wonderful. The quality of this vetiver. I have no idea why they released Vetiver Fauve this year in their La Matière, because it's not better than Vetiver Parfum, not even the original Vetiver. So Vetiver Fauve, I think, doesn't make sense overall when you already have a masterpiece that is Vetiver. So really don't go out there and spend time even with Vetiver Fauve. Just go with either the Parfum or the original. Love it. This is a staple, and a staple in terms of vetiver, but it might be a staple in the near future at my spring rotation. So it's Vetiver Parfum by Guerlain. Now the next fragrance from the house of Hermès. I mean, we need to feature Hermès perfumes in spring and summer seasons. And this one could be a staple, although in the last years I wore this more during the summer than spring. But this year I want to wear this more during the springtime, and it is the amazing Un Jardin sur le Nil, also created by Jean-Claude Ellena. Tomato leaf, you have a bit of a green mango accord in here as well, a bit of incense, and very watery, sparkly, clean, transparent. It's just so good, so unique. I'm a huge fan of this Un Jardin line. I think it's a masterpiece of a line, and it's mind-blowing to see how this is part of a designer line, which just says that designer perfumes and designer brands can do so much more than what they are doing at the moment. And this is fantastic. There's no more words. I don't have more words to describe this perfume. Green, watery, bit fruity. This tomato leaf, it's fantastic. And the incense, the transparency, the sparkliness. It's literally spring in a bottle. That it's light and it's happy. I love it. In fact, the performance is not bad. I mean, in terms of longevity, this for me lasts 6 hours easily. So for an eau de toilette and for a fragrance in this style, I mean, I think it's fantastic. And this is, again, very unique. I haven't smelled anything like this before. And even after discovering Jardin sur le Nil, which was years ago, there's any fragrance that could come close to the quality and the uniqueness of this perfume. Un Jardin sur le Nil, I mean, you can go as well with Un Jardin Méditerranée, which I have. You can go with Un Jardin à Citer, but that one is already from Christine Nagel. You can go with Un Jardin sur le Toit. I mean, really, you can pick one. The only fragrance that I really do not like from this line is Un Jardin sous la Lagune, which was the first Un Jardin fragrance created by Christine Nagel. Not a fan of that one, but all the others are fantastic. So yes, but this time I want to wear Un Jardin sur le Nil much more often during the springtime. The next fragrance from House of Chanel, another brand that needs to be featured for spring and summer, and also fall to be honest, but more spring and summer. Now, I will not mention Bel Respiro, because if I would mention Bel Respiro, it would be on my staple collection. And I don't want to repeat brands. I just have one exception in that regard, which is Profumum Roma. We will get there. But I don't want to be repeating like many fragrances from the same brand. I want to keep things a bit more diverse. And so with Chanel, I could mention quite a few perfumes for the springtime, but I want to mention this one because I just added this one last year, late last year, like, or mid last year. So I definitely want to wear this during the springtime. And it is the amazing Comete. This was love at first sniff. Now, of course, this can be a bit more feminine because it's very powdery, very pastel-y like. It has a makeup-y quality a bit, because this has iris. It has heliotrope, and heliotrope is the most prominent note. It's between heliotrope and iris, I would say, a mix of both floral notes and cherry blossom in the opening, which I was a bit skeptical. I was kind of afraid that it would be smelling cheap, like cheap shampoo, but no, not at all. It's literally like you are under a cherry blossom tree. It's so good. But again, this for me, it's very pastel-y, very elegant, powdery, soft. This is, I don't know if quiet luxury is still a thing in 2026, but if there's a fragrance that could define that, is Comete. It's so effortless. It's so elegant, so chic. I really advise you to try this one. Again, it's a bit more feminine leaning, yes, but I kind of don't care because for me, what it's really important is if I like the fragrance and if it works on my skin, and it does. Also has a big note of musk in the base. Think of 1957. Which was created as well by Olivier Pouls. This is created by Olivier Pouls. Think of that type of musk, and it's also in here in the base. It's fantastic. It has like almost like a fairy dust, like the powderiness is like fairy dust. Tremendous, really. Try this one if you have yet to. I think this is fantastic, and it will soon be a staple for me for the springtime. Comete by Chanel. Now, the next fragrance is so underrated, also from an underrated brand, I would say, Olfactive Studio. Now, I do have an ongoing collaboration for quite some time now with Olfactive Studio. I do not hide that. I always leave that. I always talk about that every time I talk about one of the fragrances, and also I always leave the discount code in the description box down below, 10%. And I just collaborate with brands that I resonate with. I don't, and as you see, I don't collaborate that often. And when I do, it needs to be with brands that I believe in, that I really love. I need to love their fragrances. I need to love their concept. So yes, it's not just random stuff and not random brands, which happens to me quite often. Maybe that's a good thing, but at the same time, a bad thing. Anyway. Let's talk about the fragrance that is the most important thing. This is from the Sepia collection, Olfactive Studio, and it is Violet Shot, created by Dominique Ropion. Violet Shot for me is the best violet leaf fragrance out there. Such an authentic violet perfume overall. And it has this wet concrete smell into it. Usually violets tend to have that smell into them or transmit that image, that wet concrete, and it works so well in here. It's also quite grassy. You do have a grass accord in here, so it's very green, incensey, that transitions into a spicy, peppery vanilla perfume. But then the transition is fantastic. You have the grassy, violet nuances that then transmits and then transitions into an incense, spicy vanilla fragrance. It's amazing. I love it. High quality perfume right here. This screams spring. Screams spring in my view. Especially cloudy, more cloudy days, rainy days of spring. Amazing. Violet Shot from Olfactive Studio. Try this one if you have yet to. And last but not least, from the perfumes that I'm enjoying and that I will be enjoying more even throughout the season, this is from the brand of Bortnikoff, a fragrance brand that I've been exploring since late last year, and it's been a wonderful journey. And this one is not an oud. It's one of their few fragrances that it's not around oud, and it is Musk Cologne. Musk Cologne by Bortnikoff. Now, this is not, it's not an eau de cologne style with musk, let's say. It's not. This is very rich. This is very complex. Even for a cologne, this is very complex. You do have musk in here. Should be Dear Musk. But for me, although I never smelled Dear Musk, so I can't say, oh yes, this is Dear Musk from 1980. No, this is... for me, it has a fantastic musk note. If it's Dear Musk, real Dear Musk, I don't know. But it has lots of citruses, tangerine, bergamot, lemon, very juicy, very effervescent, especially the tangerine, very realistic, but you have a big dose of floral nuances in here, like lily of the valley, tuberose, ylang ylang. You also have a green tea nuance, which is quite prominent and gives a calming, soothing feel to the perfume. But the ylang ylang gives a very tropical edge. I'm not a big fan of ylang ylang, but here works because it's blended with other notes. I'm not a fan when it's very intense. But in the base, you have this amazing musk with sandalwood. It's a stunning, stunning fragrance. I will not say transitions, but it's like comes and goes. You have the opening is fantastic. I love the opening. The tangerine with the bergamot, the lemon, just fantastic with green tea, ylang ylang. The tuberose is here, but it's more subdued. The more prominent notes, floral notes, I would say, is the ylang ylang. And the green tea, although green tea more of a leafy quality, and musk and a bit of sandalwood. But it's so good, like it comes and goes. You can feel, for example, the musk. This doesn't smell the same. Like this changes with different wearings. It's not the same scent with different wearings, if that makes sense. So if I spray this now, maybe it will be more citrusy and floral, but maybe tomorrow it will be citrusy and more musky, not so floral, if that makes sense. I love the wearing experience of musk cologne. Love it. And it's very rich. For a cologne style, I was expecting to be a bit more light, but it's not. It's definitely rich, intense, but for me, perfect for spring. I would say that this is a bit too much for summer, though. Although it has a tropical edge, but I think it would be a bit too much. Nonetheless, highly advise of you to try this one. If it's still around, Musk Cologne by Bortnikoff. And now we will talk about the fragrances that are a staple in my spring rotation. And we are starting with the masterpiece from the house of Frederic Malle. It is French Lover. I love French Lover. For me, it's a masterpiece of a fragrance, one of the best perfumes from the brand. French Lover is green, very green, dry, incensey, woody fragrance, spicy fragrance, created by Pierre Bourdon. This is all about angelica, galbanum, vetiver, pimento, so hence the spicy qualities. It's also a bit irisy. It has a bit of an iris nuance in here, but to me this is spicy, incense, green, very green, woody fragrance. It's a gentlemanly perfume. It's one of the most masculine, elegant, gentlemanly, sophisticated fragrances that I ever smelled. So effortless. And this could be a signature scent. You can wear this throughout the year and you will be smelling amazing. I believe you will be the best smelling person in the room with this one. The only downside is the performance. Unfortunately, it doesn't last that long. I would love that this would last just a bit more. But I mean, while it lasts, it's just stunning wearing experience. I love it. Absolutely love this one. French Lover from Frederic Malle needs to be featured in the spring list. And the next fragrance, it's been on my spring rotation for quite a while now. From the house of Les Indemodables, it is Roise Jamal. Roise Jamal is one of my all-time favorite rose perfumes. A natural smelling, vivid red rose, fresh red rose with mint. Think of Lyric Man by Amouage, which is... it's also one of the best out there ever created in terms of rose perfumes. In fact, I love rose fragrances because of Lyric Man by Amouage, which I have. But this one, I would say it's a nudge better in terms of quality. A bit more smooth. And it's just fantastic. I mean, this screams spring. And I love rose fragrances, and I think rose is perfect for the spring. Roise Jamal. If you are into roses, you need to try this one. Roise Jamal by Les Indemodables. Now, the next fragrance might come as a surprise because I purchased last year, although I've been wearing it a lot. And especially now, I've been wearing it a lot now. I mean, I think I already wore it like 4 times. I have a massive collection, so wearing fragrance 4 times in a very short period, yeah, it means that I'm really enjoying this one. And this is a staple for me. Overall, this has become a staple. It is what it is. It's from the house of Louis Vuitton. It's Imagination. Yes, 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 yes. I know. Imagination, incredibly hyped. Everyone talking about this and super overpriced. The brand as well. It is what it is, but I love it. I love it. What can I say? And this is all about tea, like this black tea accord in here, smoky, spicy, citrusy. Man, this is so good. This could easily be made by Bulgari, for example. This could be part of the Haute collection of Bulgari. Well, in fact, that line in this fragrance was created by the same parfumeur, Jacques Cavalier. So that kind of makes sense. But, and I believe if this would be a Bulgari fragrance, it would not be as hyped as it is in a Louis Vuitton bottle. But that's just me and my theory, although I'm not alone in this theory. But this is just such a well done fragrance. I really did not want to love it and even enjoy it as much as I do, but I do. What can I say? It is what it is. Wear what you love. Life is short. So this is, again, a very simple, straightforward, nothing complex, nothing groundbreaking, nothing wow, but just works. And when you don't know what to wear and you want to smell good, you want to feel good with yourself, yeah, you go with the imagination and that's it. And everyone will compliment you. Hey, that's true. My fiance always compliments me with this one. My father-in-law, although we are still not married, but well, her part of the family, they always compliment me when I'm talking, when I'm wearing this imagination. So, I mean, yeah, yeah, it just works. What can I say? It is what it is. Again, it's the tea, it's the ginger, it's the lemon, it's the ambroxan, the sandalwood, you name it. The combination, it's incredible. For me, it's a natural smelling tea, ginger, citrusy fragrance. So well done. And sometimes it's all you need. Imagination by Louis Vuitton, definitely a staple in my spring rotation. The next fragrance is also a staple, and I've been talking about this fragrance ever since I discovered it, especially during the springtime. I always mention this fragrance from the house of Rubini, an artisanal, an indie brand from Italy. I discovered this one back in 2023 at Essence, and it was love at first sniff. And every time spring arrives, this is one that I always wear. It is Odenaturae. Chamomile to the max, the best chamomile note that I ever smelled here, with immortelle, with clary sage, tomato leaf, basil. It has a bit of a berry quality as well. It has also a bit of an angelica, galbanum qualities in here, although I'm not sure if they are really official notes. But you really do get this very vivid green, nature-like smell, like you are out in the nature in a beautiful sunny day, and you are smelling Eau de Naturel in the air. It's so good. Highly advise if you to try this one if you have yet to. Eau de Naturel by Rubini. Performance is amazing. Such a soothing, calming, but alive green fragrance. The next fragrance is a masterpiece, always in my spring rotation, but it's always in my rotation overall, especially on spring, from the house of Dior, Dior Homme. You see the dent? I mean, this is a masterpiece. And I always say this, if I would have just one fragrance, it would be Dior Homme. Or if I would have just one signature fragrance, it would be Dior Homme. One of my all-time favorite perfumes of all time. This is the masterpiece of Iris. I believe this is what put Iris in the radar for men. And this is a buttery, powdery, makeup-y Iris, cacao, musk, done to perfection. Done to perfection. This is one of my most complimented fragrances of all time, one of my most known fragrances of all time. So, I mean, doesn't need introduction. Unfortunately, not that available anymore, and this is now called Dior Homme Original. The now Dior Homme that you will find in your local perfume store doesn't smell like this. It's completely different. It's a different Dior Homme, which we call Dior Homme 2020. So try to find the fragrance that says Dior Homme Original. And for me, that fragrance smells the same, to be honest. And I think this version specifically, I believe it's from 2012. I think it's very hard to find, so I'll just go with the original, which I already had the opportunity to try in a duty-free airport. And for me, it smelled the same. So yes, I definitely will be glad with that perfume. So yes, that's why I'm recommending you to go with the Dior Homme Original. For me, it's a masterpiece, a timeless classic, deserves all the attention, and it's such a shame what Dior did with this beautiful, beautiful masterpiece of a line that is Dior Homme. Anyway, still very happy to have it in my collection, and I will be wearing it during this springtime. The next fragrance, also a timeless classic, also created by Jean-Claude Ellena from the house of Cartier. I believe this shines during the spring and also fall. It is Cartier's Declaration. And this is a tester bottle, that's why you can see here like the accords, but this is how much I already wore it. This was full, in fact. This was full, and this is how much I already wore it. I'm a big fan of Declaration. This is all about cumin, cloves, aromatic nuances, basil, a bit sandalwoody. And that's why, and I have it here, that's why I'm really happy with Rose Poivre. In fact, these two are very similar, and they are created by the same parfumeur, but the difference is that this has a fantastic, and can't distress enough, the rose in here, it's fantastic. So if you love Declaration, chances are that you will love this one. Although you need to enjoy rose as well, but they both fall in the same style of perfume. Amazing scent right here, Declaration by Cartier. So elegant, so refined. For me, a timeless classic again. And last but certainly not least, these two fragrances are a must in my spring rotation, both from Profumum and Roma, and it's the only brand that I make an exception, because I do not like to mention more than one fragrance per brand, because again, I want to make a more diverse list. But with Profumum Roma is different, because ultimately it's my all-time favorite perfume brand, and I already have a few dedicated videos around the house. So that's why I make this exception. And these two fragrances, they scream spring. Spring, honestly, spring and summer, to be fair, but more spring. First, Orangea, and then Ichnusa. So Orangea, very different perfumes. So Orangea are about orange, as the name implies, but more specifically, orange blossom in petit grain. So this is a very citrusy, vivid orange blossom perfume. Literally smells like you are sitting under an orange blossom tree. Literally, this is so photorealistic, so natural that it's even mind-blowing. Every time I smell this, it's immediate. It seems that I'm outside under an orange blossom tree. There's bees around, some flies. I mean, nature is alive. Nature is alive. And it's so good. It's such a rewarding experience wearing Orangea. Really amazing. If you, for some reason, can't go outside, either because you're sick or because you just can't, I mean, spray a bit of Orangea. Oh, you will feel you are out there in nature. And Ichnusa, for me, the best fig leaf in the market. This is as natural as it can get. Literally smells like a fig leaf, and it smells like you are next to a fig tree near to the ocean or to the Mediterranean Sea. So good, very creamy. It has a bit of a fig fruit, I would say. It has a bit of a lactonic quality, very mildly, not as intense as, for example, Philosophikus by Diptyque, but it's still there. Although I would say the fig leaf is more intense and more pronounced, but it's so good. Green, a bit minty, I would say, creamy fig leaf, a bit salty, and it has like a sea breeze in it. It's really two beautiful wearing experiences, and that's why I love Profumum Roma. The brand transmits this, although not so much with their latest creations, because I believe they are going into a different direction. But nonetheless, I mean, their older creations like these two and Acqua di Sale, Acqua Viva, you name it, Neroli, they all transmit an image that, and it makes you feel like a good image, like summer holidays, out in the nature, enjoying the day, you know, that dolce fare niente, that dolce vita. Oh, love it. What more can I say? So yes, finishing this video, Orangea and Ichnusa, and on top of that, they last forever. So yes, finishing this video with a gold key from Profumum, Roma, Ichnusa, and Orangea. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this will not be too long, but if you are still sticking around, you are an OG. Thank you so much, guys, for your ongoing support. I will try to upload more videos, although the next 4 videos after this one will be older videos that I uploaded in Portugal in February. Nonetheless, stay tuned for that, and hopefully I will have time and energy to upload more videos while I'm staying here in Lithuania until end of July. So stick with me, guys. Again, thank you so much for your ongoing support. See you in the next one. Take care.